Hello, good day everyone. What I would like to speak today and explain is about feeding of the roses. We feed in London, in the UK, most of the part of the UK. What I personally do, I feed roses starting from beginning of March, sometimes end of February. I've done some feeding before with this. It's called Miracle Glow. We can probably find it everywhere in the UK. That's a good plant food. I'll explain you why. Always when you look for plant food, you pay attention to NPK. It says here, NPK, which is nitrogen, P stands for the phosphate, and K for the kalium. The nitrogen we need for the plants to wake up, to be greener, to get some leaves, and if the plant is newly planted in a soil or in a pot, it's very important for the root growth. And P we need for bloom. If you wanna like massive blooms, big blooms of the roses or any plants, you use for the P. You look at the P sign. And K, kalium, we pay attention more on kalium at the end of the season. For it gives a bit of strength to the plants to stay strong over the winter cold weather. It kind of gives a bit of support to the roots. And let's see the nitrogen. Here, nitrogen, it says 22%. It's a very high percent of nitrogen. This is exactly what we need at the beginning of the season. It helps, it gives kind of strength, it gives health to the roots. It helps with the waking up, with give kind of like greener leaves. This is what we need for. At the beginning of the season, the nitrogen should be higher. When we go to the middle of the season, probably June, July, we'll look more at the P, which is this sign, phosphorus. Look at the P. And this plant food, the NPK, it's 22, 14, and 2.5. This is very good plant food for the beginning of the season because it has high percentage of nitrogen. When we go to the middle of the season, we're going to use at the higher number of P, and the end of the season, we're going to look at a high number of K. This is how it works. For a moment, I fed with this plant food, the slow release. I fed 2 weeks ago. At the beginning of the March, all my plants had this plant food. And now today, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna feed them with Westland, rich in horse manure. What about the manure? Roses, they love food and they love manure, but they don't like the poultry manure. That's why if you feed them, what I would go for the horse manure. Roses love horse manure. If you can't find the horse manure, this is one of the options. It's got like a granulus, which is here. It looks like this. And what we do, we put around the roots and we just mulch it. and we just mulch it like this. You can see these granulars, and we just mulch it like this. You can see these granulars is from Miracle Grow, sorry. This is small granulars, and we mulched in our horse manure granulars also with the NPK. This is what I wanted for you to have a look for. Just a look. Let's see here. You see it says it's also got NPK. You see the numbers 4, 3.5 and 7. It means it's got low NPK, and considering that we already feed the NPK 22, 13 and 2.5, this NPK is perfect to use now because we don't need as much as we needed at the beginning of the season. This is perfect to use now after 2 weeks or a month using the higher NPK. This is how we do, and if you want to share your knowledge about NPK and what percentage to use, please do it. And we mulch it. This is what I've done in every pot, and you mulch it in. That's it. And here also you mulch it. Don't just put it under the main branch because the roots are kind of like an old pot. So mix it. That's it. And when it's going to be raining, that helps. I hope this was useful. And don't forget to feed your plants considering APK. Thank you very much.